Here are the 3 steps that you need to study it like a pro. Step number 1 is to know how to gather your information from lectures and your review material that you can then take home and predictably review. This is the most common place where most students fail because they'll have a notebook full of information, but then no good way of essentially going through it. Most students tend to just rewrite what this professor has said. They don't really know how to review it. A top student, on the other hand, is going to take their notes where they can essentially say, let me write questions in my notes so then I can essentially test myself on the information that I've written. If I can answer that question, I don't have to read the detail. If I can't, then I need to look through it. Step number 2 is once you have a note-taking strategy and a note-gathering strategy that works for you, is to come to it both systematically and predictably. This is not useful if I come back to it a month later before my exam. It is useful if I review for it systematically where I know pass number 1 is going to be today, pass number 2 maybe next week. And then finally, step number 3, despite going through a predictable review, a top student knows that there's going to be topics they're great at and some topics that they're not so hot on. And those students have a strategy where on a weekly basis, they're going to be able to go to a whiteboard, do practice questions on those topics, particularly to make those weaknesses into strengths.